everyone, and welcome to a new series we'll be starting today on a game called Cryo Suns. Now, this is an advanced tactics game. So before we get started, I would like to remind you again to like this video and subscribe. We are going to click New Run. So we are in a new body. In this current pod. Where am I? Where am I? A dwarf planet on the outer rim. Most call it Dinara, if they call it anything at all. This, Admiral, is a top-secret cloning facility for the Imperial forces. The one and only of its kind. I am Caliban. Its OMNI Guardian. I don't understand. You have died, Admiral. Or to put it another way, the true version of you has died. You are his clone, identical to the original. Ellis Adeo, in every possible way, with some minor differences. When did Admiral Adeo die? How? Unfortunately, I do not know. Details on my clones' lives, as interesting as they must be, extractions to my directives, I believe, which leads me to why I've awakened you. You must be curious, after all. I need your help. The machine asking me for my help? How I truly feel strange. Not just a machine, Admiral, an OMNI, short for OMNI, Mechanical Neon Intelligence. Emperor O'Brien invented us. Now your kind relies on us for just about everything. I'll come right out with it. I believe the Empire is in danger. In danger? What in the name of O'Brien are you talking about? Once every 4 years, under the most secretive of protocols, I receive a single transmission from Elysium, our capital. Those transmissions stopped arriving. Send a transmission yourself. I don't see the problem. That's just it. I can't. This facility was built in such a way to prevent it from initializing contact with the Empire, to help keep it a secret. Something is wrong. I am certain of it, and I've awakened you so that we can fly out of here in an Omega-class battleship, no less, and see for ourselves. I believe you'll find my intelligence indispensable for our mission, Admiral. I don't have your kind's limitations. If you're so smart, what did you need me for? Why don't you command the battleship? Because of O'Brien's Rubicon. It prohibits Omnis from commanding battleships. War is a human prerogative. Also, since I can assume the clones here are the best of the best, that would make you the best Imperial Admiral to ever exist. I'd say you're perfect for the job. I'll do it, machine, for O'Brien and the Empire. It's my duty as an Imperial Admiral. Excellent. Now just one more thing. Standard operating procedure requires I ask, can you recall any of your emotional memories? Emotional memories? Any memory linked to a strong emotion like love or hate. These memories, because of their complex neural pathways, be a bit trickier for you to access, I'm afraid. I'm not sure. Then if you would do me the honor of trying to recall one, any emotional memory will do. I can't. So much is blurred, broken apart. Don't worry, Admiral. Perfectly normal for this stage. You'll find rational memories, on the other hand, those linked to ideals, training, and combat experience, almost immediately accessible. Just ask if you need a refresher. Lastly, and this is important, if these emotional memories return, rather, when they return, you must tell me immediately. It's important for your safety. Yes, your safety. Do you understand? I understand. Perfect. Now let's wake up the rest of the crew, shall we? We don't have a moment to waste. And please, Admiral. What is it now, machine? Call me Caliban. Alright, so we are going on board a battleship and figure out what happens to the Empire. Alright, so this is our ship. Add weapon dock to use. Patched. You have 2 officers left to select. Okay, so that's piloting and flight. Why is a sword flight? She has hack and engineering. Oh, but she has erudition and engineering. She has persuasion and distraction. I think I'm gonna want this person and this person. Okay, we're gonna go easy because this is our first time playing. Goes. These are the sectors of the outer rim, Admiral. Farthest sectors from the capital. That there are, if there was ever a wasteland in the Empire. This would be it. Strange, I'm not picking up other OMNIs. Then out here I should be picking up dozens of them. Let's try not to overreact, machine. It's probably nothing. The Empire has run flawlessly. How many years now? 700. And it will do for hundreds more. Now, come on. Let's take a look around. That's the entrance, but I think we have to go here. Cost 1 meal in reach. So we're gonna go there. What do we have here, Lieutenant? It appears to be some kind of cube. Like refinery, sir. It's a Neon N hypercube. OMNI tech for the simulations, harvesting and refining the neutrium from nearby stars. Interesting. If not downright bizarre, this cube isn't connected to Floyd nets. How could that be? Why aren't there hypercube OMNIs trying to reconnect it as I speak? Ask Caliban for explanations. Your memory is still blurry. Small thinking. Certain things are still blurry to me, machine. What do you want to know, Admiral? Neo N. What's Neo N? Tell me about Neo N. Hundreds of years ago, pre-OMNI times, the first advanced machines discovered the existence of the final element, neutronium, which exists usually, but not always, in stars. Neutronium is extremely volatile in its natural state, but these advanced machines stabilized and improved upon it, providing the most powerful and largest lasting energy source yet. Neo-neutronium, or Neo-N, in turn allowed these first machines to create an even more advanced machine, the OMNI, an acronym for OMNI Mechanical Neon and Intelligence. But I thought you told me O'Brien invented the OMNIs. I did. You're absolutely right. But technically, it's not entirely true. O'Brien invented the first advanced machines, which in turn, thanks in part to their creation of Neo-N, invented the OMNIs. Neo-N, in its refined state, is the perfect energy source, stable and almost boundless in its energy yield. As a result, it's used in just about all OMNI techs as humans stopped inventing tech hundreds of years ago. Lastly, what's important about Neo-N is that our very own battleship, the NS Odysseus, uses it. And without it, we can't go anywhere. What do you want to know, Admiral? Let's get about the Floyd net. Tell me about the Floyd net. As you probably recall, by now, Admiral, the OMNIs have invented and managed Imperial tech for more or less since the dawn of the Empire. The Floyd net, arguably our greatest achievement, forms the backbone of the Empire. Think of it as a global galactic network, allowing instant data and/or matter transmissions through its numerous interconnected folders and beacons. Without the constant vigilance and management of the Floyd net OMNIs, none of it would be possible, and humanity would live in a fragmented, chaotic darkness. Needless to say, it's important. What do you want to know, Admiral? Oh, new things. That's about the folders. Folders? See if I can explain this in a way that you could possibly understand. In the early days of the Empire, at a speed of 100 times that of the light speed, the inner offered the fastest space travel available. It was fast, don't get me wrong, but traveling from cluster to cluster would still take decades. To assist Empire administration, and just because we could, the OMNIs invented a means to travel from 2 points in space instantaneously. Folders. Yes, each folder several kilometers across is linked or paired with another folder through a process. This is going to be really difficult to explain to a non-quantum computing entity. Essentially, all you need to know it is paired, is that these paired folders collapse or fold space for a very brief amount of time, so that as to join 2 points of space previously unjoined. But folders, O'Brien could never have grown his empire, nor kept it together for the 700 years that he has. Each folder is run by OMNI. These OMNIs are certainly known as folder OMNIs. Without them, the folders simply cannot work. Lastly, in order to reach Asylum, the Empire's capital, on our journey, we will have to use several folders. Well, why can't we just teleport to Asylum directly? We are deep in the Outer Rim. A few folders paired with Asylum will be found only in very important hubs. We'll need to reach those first. Learn about the Understood. What can you tell me about the Floyd net beacons? Beacons, which we'll most likely encounter on our journey, function as repeaters, applying all Floyd net data transmissions throughout the clusters. Beacons allow the Empire citizens, even if they live out here in the Outer Rim, and are, for all intents and purposes, socially and culturally irrelevant, to rescue and send information in a galaxy instantaneously. O'Brien believes that everyone has the right to instantaneous information and materials in his sectors. Quite debatable, if you ask me. I don't know. Okay, I want to learn about this. I think it's left. The interstice is another only invented tech. One of the first great inventions, and one developed long before the folders. With their interstitial tech, the OMNIs created the empty space dimension between the ones we know that we call a tunnel. where the universal light speed behaves, let's say, differently. In an interstitial tunnel, it's possible to reach up to 100 times the speed of light, a speed that allowed your kind to colonize their nearest stars. However, interstellar travel still has its limitations. For example, at that speed it would take 750 years to travel from one end of the Empire to the other, a period of the greatest turn, the age of the Empire itself, hence the need for the folders. However, the interstate is sufficient when traveling intercluster and within the cluster sectors. What do you want to know? Okay, we're gonna go back, because that's everything. That's enough for now, machine. What do you want me to do? About the hypercube, Admiral. And a small team to investigate. Captain Lynch, from a small squadron, fly around the cube and tell me what you see. On it, sir. Alright. Do you actually do stuff? Sir, the OMNI was right. The cube isn't connected to the fluid net. And by looks of it, it hasn't been connected for years. Just a guess here, but I'd say it looks like it's been disconnected for maybe 10-15 years? 10 or 15 years? At least, sir. Could the Empire have, I don't know, disconnected it on purpose? I don't think so, Admiral. I'm not a cube cloner myself, but cubes are complex tech needing constant supervision. Disconnected it would make that all but impossible. In the Neo-N levels? Empty, sir. There's no Neo-N here. Whatever. Looks like whoever came before us took all of it. We won't be fueling here. The reserves might be empty, but there could still be some residual neon coursing through the cube. I should be able to unlock this final restaurant so that we can scavenge the leftovers. It won't be much, but it will help our efforts. There, we should be able to scavenge neon levels here now. But that'll be the last of it in this cube. All the suns have a new end where you can chain. We have a chance to scavenge some previous leftover fuel. Scavenge Neo N. One Neo N. You'll be charged. Checking this out. Cool. Weapons. I'm actually gonna send her to the hull. Send her into the squadrons. Here's the drone Mark 1. You know the damage is 1. This one has better damage but less health. Less speed. Actually this one has the most speed. I'm gonna do the fighter Mark 1. So that's... I'm gonna go back to the local star system. Unidentified. We're gonna go here. Alright. Sir, battleship 12 o'clock. What kind of battleship, Lieutenant? Couldn't say, sir. I've never seen a ship like this before. Like this in all my service. Incoming transmission. An Imperial battleship made from Telios tech. My mouth is watering. This is Admiral Ideal of the Imperial Fleet. Stand down, Captain. This is an Imperial sector. Find yourself in. Imperial sector, that's funny, imp. Prepare to fight. Good luck, Admiral. Order officers during the fights. Spruce, they are critical. Squadrons are set to protect your battleship from destroying the enemy. To deploy the squadrons, left click the plus line and the empty dock. For now, your second dock will be locked until you have learned the basics. Use your weapons to gain a device advantage. Weapons can be deployed by clicking the plus sign and the empty dock. Your neurocon can also accelerate your thoughts to a point where time appears totally still. Press space to enter or exit from pause. Both officers are deployed. Core system. Improved squadrons, repairs, time well in hangar. Alright, let's play. Weapons. Let's target their squadron. Your weapon has finished charging and ready to fire. Let's fire at their weapons. Okay, we dealt significant hull damage and damage to their weapons. Victory. Good job, Admiral. Here's a summary of the battle. Plus 59, whatever that is. What was that thing? I don't know, Lieutenant. And I'm not sure I want to either. Improve squadron's repair time in the hangar. Dock is locked. You cannot interact with it now. Alright. We have time for another one. Hawken Omega. Let's go there. An Imperial outpost, sir. It seems abandoned. Any heat signatures? Not a single one. Seems empty of all human life. What about an OMNI presence? They should be here, managing the station, no? They should, and no, I'm not detecting any. This is getting stranger and stranger. Ask Calvin about the Imperial outpost. Tell me about this outpost. Seems to be just a run-of-the-mill Imperial outpost, Admiral. There are outposts in all Imperial sectors. With Capital Asylum so far away, they help keep the peace and maintain order. You must show your military might so that you don't have to use it. I believe this thinking, but there's definitely no military might here. What do you want to do about the outpost, Admiral? Try to connect with it. Lieutenant, see if you can make contact with someone, human or not, inside. Of course, Admiral. Sorry, sir. There's anyone inside. They're not awake answering. What do you want to do about this outpost, Admiral? Captain Marine. Form a small team and check it out. You got it, sir. Sir, the outpost is empty. Seems it's been abandoned years ago. If I had to guess, probably around the time the hypercube back there was disconnected from the Floyd net. Looks like someone came here, took the most valuable OMNI parts, Neo-N encapulators, intoxicating chips, and left the rest behind. Scavenging OMNI parts? Who would do such a thing? That's a capital offense. One of the Pragmen execute you for it. Hold on, sir, I'm getting a transmission. My commandos have found something. Commandos have found something. An OMNI, intact, from top to bottom. Is it functional? That's negative, sir. It was in a lower level. Guess whoever was here for us didn't go down there that far. Might have needed high clearance to get in. Admiral, I can't examine it from here. The captain plugs the data pad into the exosoc. Sure thing, OMNI. Okay, access the OMNI's mainframe. And strange. Its exoframe is perfectly intact. It has plenty of Neo-N, and its processing chip seems to be in place. It should be up and running. I don't get it. And any idea when it shut down? According to the chip, 20 years ago. Roughly the time the hypercube was unlinked from the Floyd nets. What do you want to do, Admiral? Ask Kelvin for explanations. Your memory is still blurry. Have some questions, machine. What do you want to know? Can you reactivate the OMNI, Calvin? Unfortunately, no. OMNI owners can do that. Only OMNI owners can do that. Besides, the OMNI isn't just in sleep mode. It's been shut down. What do you want to know? That's what the processing chip. Another OMNI invention, I'm guessing? Actually, no. Their kind invented this. Incredible as this, that is, specifically Emperor O'Brien. The processing chip serves several purposes. 1, it contains the Rubicon, and 2, it dictates OMNI functionality. My functions are specific to Guinea, and as such are different from the functions of other OMNIs. Whether they be Imperial Outpost OMNIs like the OMNIs here, older OMNIs, Cube OMNIs, Medical OMNIs, Teacher OMNIs, or the hundreds of other kinds of OMNIs that exist in the Empire. Lastly, the processing chip gives OMNIs quantum computing capabilities. It's what allows us to be such smarter than you. Processing chips are produced and distributed near asylums. Of course, that's by design, so that O'Brien closely monitors the postronic quota. Simply put, without a prosecution chip, an OMNI is a little more than an exoframe. What do you want to know? That's from quota. Quota? Yes, so as to maintain personal harmony in the Empire, O'Brien created a quota. Depending on your house and whether it's minor or major, you receive a certain number of chips every 10 years. Who received the most chips? House Talos, of course, O'Brien's house, our house. And the fewest? One of the minor houses, the cryo. They are a pitiful quota. Embarrassing, really. I hate to be a Viculia OMNI. What do you want to know? That's about the Rubicon. Tell me about the Rubicon. The Rubicon is the set rules enforced at a very low level, ensuring that OMNIs don't harm humans and don't deviate from their mission. Suppose an OMNI disobeyed its Rubicon, what would happen then? Well, that is quite rare, but unfortunately, there are examples of this occurring in the early days. But if that happens, then the chip would deactivate and trigger a self-termination feature in the OMNI. OMNI suicide. It's just a feature, Admiral. A rarely activated feature. What do you want to know? It's about Neo-N. Tell me about Neo-N. Hundreds of years ago, pre-OMNI times, the first advanced machine discovered it. But I thought you told me. Oh yeah, we've already seen this. We already talked about that. So we've talked about all of these. I don't have any more questions. I know enough for now, machine. It'd be a good time to take a break, I agree. What do you want to do about the outpost? Alright. Let's continue on. Okay, machine, I'll admit something is wrong. At least in the outer rim. I don't want further worry that our battleships, airstrips, are detecting an anomaly at our next destination. Okay, so I'm going to end the video here because we're going on a half an hour. But I just want to remind you to like this video and subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.